Sometimes a man doesn't say, "I love you," but his quiet actions, the little gestures, everything he does reveals the truth. Real love isn't in words, it's in behavior. You might be wondering, does he really feel this way about me? Today, I'm going to share a story that reveals 3 hidden signals every man shows when he truly loves, even if he never says it out loud. If you notice these 3 signals, you'll never waste your heart, your time, or your energy on the wrong person, because love always speaks, even when words don't. Let's get started. There was a girl named Aisha. She was smart, kind, and had dreams bigger than the little world around her. But when it came to love, she had always been cautious. She didn't want just anyone. She wanted someone real, someone who could understand her without her having to explain every little feeling. She wanted honesty, respect, and a love that felt safe yet exciting all at once. Then Ahmed came into her life. From the outside, he seemed quiet, almost reserved. He wasn't the type to shower people with words, and sometimes that left Aisha feeling unsure. She would catch herself wondering, does he really care? Does he feel the same way I do? But with Ahmed, love didn't speak loudly. It didn't announce itself with grand declarations or romantic gestures. Instead, it hid in small, almost invisible moments you might not even notice at first. And Aisha, despite her doubts, couldn't help but be drawn to those little glimpses of care. She remembered the first time she realized he paid attention to things most people would miss. It wasn't a dramatic moment, it was subtle, almost effortless. And yet, it touched her in a way that words never could. In that moment, she began to understand something important, that sometimes the truest love isn't the love that shouted from rooftops, but the love that quietly shows up over and over again without being asked. That was the start of her journey to noticing the hidden signs, the small actions, the little gestures, the quiet consistency that revealed what someone truly feels. And over time, those small moments began to speak louder than any words ever could. One chilly afternoon, Aisha and Ahmed were sitting in their favorite little cafe. The kind of place that felt warm and cozy, where the aroma of coffee mixed with soft chatter around them. Aisha had draped a light scarf over her shoulders, unaware that the wind from the open window was brushing against her. Ahmed noticed it immediately. Most people wouldn't. Most people might not even think twice about it. But he did. Without saying a word, he stood up, walked calmly to his car, and returned with his jacket. Gently, without making a fuss, he draped it over her shoulders. It wasn't just a jacket, it was a signal. A small, quiet act that said more than words ever could. It said, "I notice you. I care about your comfort. You matter to me." And Aisha felt it instantly, though she barely said a word. That's the thing about true love. It doesn't always announce itself with big gestures or declarations. Often, it's found in the quiet moments, the subtle attentions, the things someone does without expecting praise or recognition. Ahmed didn't need to say, "I love you," to show it. His care was already speaking loud and clear. In that moment, Aisha began to understand something crucial, that love shows up in the details. It's in the small, unnoticed actions that prove someone's heart is truly with you. And sometimes it's these quiet acts that leave the deepest impact, far more than words ever could. A few days later, Aisha was feeling overwhelmed. Work stress, family responsibilities, little disappointments. It all seemed to pile up at once. She didn't want to talk about it. She just wanted a quiet evening to herself. But even in her silence, Ahmed noticed something was off. He didn't need her to explain. He didn't wait for her to spill her worries or cry out for help. Instead, he watched, he listened, he paid attention to the little changes. The way her voice sounded a bit quieter, the way her smile was a little forced, the small tension in her shoulders. "Are you okay?" he asked softly. Aisha instinctively said, "Yes, I'm fine." But Ahmed didn't accept that answer at face value. There was something in his tone, calm yet insistent, that made her pause. "I know you're not," he said. "You only say that when something's wrong. Talk to me." It wasn't just about noticing her mood. It was about understanding it. It was about being attuned to her feelings, even when she didn't put them into words. That's the second hidden signal of true love, emotional awareness. A person who truly cares doesn't just hear the words you say. They notice the words you don't say. They sense your struggles, your doubts, your hidden pain, and they show up for you without you having to ask. In that moment, Aisha realized that true love doesn't demand explanations or grand confessions. It's patient, perceptive, and silently supportive. Ahmed didn't just listen, he understood. And that understanding she felt deep in her heart was far more powerful than any declaration of love could ever be. One evening, Aisha and Ahmed were talking about their plans for the week. Ahmed was busy, his schedule was packed with work commitments, meetings, and errands. Most people in his position would have politely excused themselves, promised to catch up later, and carried on with their day. But Ahmed did something different. "I might be busy today," he said, "but if you need me, I'll drop everything and be there." It wasn't a dramatic gesture or a grand announcement. It was simple, quiet, and sincere, but in that single sentence, Aisha could feel the weight of its meaning. He was telling her, without exaggeration, that she mattered more than his convenience, and when it comes to her, priorities could shift, that love isn't measured in words or promises, but in action, showing up, being present, making time when it matters most. This was the third hidden signal, commitment over convenience. True love shows itself in choices, in how someone allocates their time, attention, and energy. Ahmed's willingness to be there, even when it wasn't easy, proved far more than any declaration ever could. Aisha realized something important. The person who truly loves you doesn't just say they will be there. They make it happen. They create space in their life for you. They are consistent, reliable, and willing to adjust their world because you are important to them, and that realization hit her deeply. Love isn't always flashy or loud. Often it's in the quiet, unwavering commitment that can't be faked, the kind that speaks directly to your heart without uttering a single word. A few days later, Aisha found herself reflecting on everything that had happened between her and Ahmed. She asked herself quietly, almost hesitantly, has he ever said that he loves me? The answer was no. Ahmed had never needed to say those 3 words aloud. But then she asked herself another question, has he ever made me feel loved? And the answer was unmistakable, yes. In the way he noticed the little things, in the way he understood her emotions without her explaining them, in the way he showed up when it mattered most. Ahmed's love had been present all along. She realized something crucial. The truest expressions of love are rarely found in words. They are found in the silent gestures, the subtle actions, and the consistent efforts that show someone cares deeply, not because they have to, but because they genuinely want to. The 3 hidden signals of true love she had witnessed were clear now. 1. Attention to the small things. Noticing details that matter to you, even if they seem insignificant to others. 2. Emotional awareness, understanding your feelings, even the ones you haven't voiced. 3. Prioritization and commitment, showing up for you, making time, adjusting life schedule, and proving your importance through actions. These signals weren't loud. They didn't demand acknowledgement or applause, yet in every small act they spoke louder than any words ever could. Aisha understood that love is rarely about dramatic declarations or constant verbal reassurances. True love is quiet, patient, attentive, and committed. It's in the moments that go unnoticed by everyone else, but mean everything to the person you care about. So now, look at your own life. Is there someone who notices the little things? Someone who feels your feelings without you having to explain? Someone who shows up consistently, even when it's inconvenient? If so, you are witnessing real love, the kind that doesn't need to shout to be felt. And that, perhaps, is more powerful and lasting than anything anyone could ever say. After reflecting on Ahmed's actions, Aisha realized that love isn't about grand gestures or perfect timing. It's about consistency, presence, and care, the little things that build trust and intimacy over time. She understood that if someone truly loves you, you will notice 3 patterns. They pay attention to details, they understand your emotions, and they prioritize you. And the most beautiful part? These signals don't come with conditions or expectations. They are given freely, naturally, and sincerely. Aisha thought about all the times she had doubted Ahmed because he didn't say, "I love you" out loud. She realized how much time she had wasted trying to hear words when the proof of his love had been there all along, in every thoughtful gesture, every act of understanding, every moment he chose to be present. And this is where the real lesson lies. Love is not a word you chase, it's a feeling you recognize. When you see these hidden signals consistently, you can trust that the person genuinely cares. Their actions speak louder than anything they could say. So, if you're watching this and wondering whether someone truly loves you, don't wait for a confession. Observe their actions. Notice how they make you feel. See if they care without being asked, if they show up even when it's inconvenient, if they understand your heart even when you don't speak. Because love isn't always about words. Love is about feeling safe, valued, seen, and prioritized. And once you recognize that, you will never settle for anything less than someone who truly deserves your heart. Remember, the strongest love isn't loud. It's quiet, it's consistent, and it's unmistakable to those who know how to look for it. As Aisha looked back on everything that had happened, she realized something profound. Love is rarely loud or obvious. The most powerful love isn't the one that shouts, "I love you" from the rooftops. It's the one that shows up in quiet, consistent ways every single day. She thought about Ahmed's small gestures, his awareness of her emotions, and the way he made her a priority. It wasn't dramatic, but it was real. And that's what mattered most. Real love is patient. Real love is observant. Real love is committed without needing applause or recognition. Aisha smiled to herself because she understood the truth. The world often confuses words with love, but love is measured in action. If someone consistently makes you feel seen, valued, and safe, that is love in its purest form. So now I want you to ask yourself this: who in your life shows up for you quietly? Who notices the little things? Who understands your heart even when you don't speak? Those are the people worth holding on to. Those are the people whose love you can trust. And remember this, love is not about chasing words or empty promises. It's about recognizing the signs, appreciating the actions, and understanding the depth behind the gestures. When you see these three signals, attention to the little things, emotional awareness, and consistent prioritization, you can finally be sure this is the love that truly matters. Because at the end of the day, love doesn't have to be spoken to be felt. And when you understand that, you will no longer settle for anything less than someone who values you with every part of their heart. If this story resonated with you, take a moment today to notice the signals around you. Observe carefully, feel deeply, and don't forget to share this video with someone who needs to hear the truth about love, because understanding these hidden signals can change the way we see relationships forever. In the days that followed, Aisha continued to observe Ahmed, but now with a different perspective. She no longer questioned his feelings because she had learned something essential. Love isn't defined by words alone. It is defined by actions, consistency, and the care someone shows without being asked. Every time Ahmed noticed the little things, understood her feelings without having to explain, or made her a priority even when it wasn't convenient, it reminded her that love can be subtle yet incredibly powerful. These weren't fleeting gestures or occasional acts of kindness, they were daily signs of genuine affection and commitment. Aisha realized that most people spend years searching for love in the wrong places, waiting for grand declarations or dramatic moments. But true love, the kind that lasts, often whispers. It shows itself in the quiet attention, the emotional sensitivity, and the selfless actions that make you feel valued, safe, and seen. And this is the ultimate lesson. Pay attention to the hidden signals. Look at the way someone treats you in ordinary moments, the way they notice what others overlook, the way they care even when it's inconvenient. Those small, consistent acts are proof of real love, the kind that doesn't need words to be recognized. So today, take a moment to observe your relationships. Ask yourself, who is showing up quietly, consistently, and sincerely? Who makes you feel understood without having to speak? Who prioritizes you because they genuinely care? These are the people whose love you can trust, and these are the moments that matter the most. Love doesn't always shout, but when it speaks through actions, it is undeniable. Once you understand these signals, you will never settle for less than someone who truly values your heart, respects your feelings, and shows up for you in ways that words alone could never convey. Remember this, the most meaningful love isn't in what someone says, it's in what they do. And when you notice those hidden signals, you'll know the difference between fleeting affection and the kind of love that lasts a lifetime. As Aisha looked back over everything, she realized how much she had learned about love, not just from Ahmed, but from observing how real care and affection work. She understood that love isn't about constant words, dramatic gestures, or endless reassurances. True love is quiet. True love is consistent. True love is intentional. She saw it in every small act. The way Ahmed noticed the little things, understood her emotions, and showed up when it mattered most. These weren't once-in-a-while moments. They were patterns that reflected who he truly was and how deeply he cared. And this is where the lesson becomes personal for everyone watching. Pay attention. Notice the small things. Listen with your heart, not just your ears. Observe how people treat you when no one else is watching. That is where the truth about love lies. So ask yourself today, who in your life shows you these hidden signs of love? Who makes you feel valued without asking? Who understands your heart without words? When you recognize these people, hold them close because their love is genuine and their actions speak louder than anything they could ever say. If this story resonated with you, I want you to take a moment, reflect, notice, and appreciate the love around you. And if you know someone who needs to hear this today, share this video with them because understanding these hidden signals can change the way we see relationships forever. Remember, love doesn't always need to be said. It needs to be felt. And once you learn to recognize it, you will never mistake empty words for real, lasting affection again. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more insights into relationships, dating, and understanding the hidden signals of love. Your heart deserves this knowledge, and so do the people you care about. In the end, Aisha realized something truly important. Love is not always about grand gestures or beautiful words. It is about the quiet, consistent acts that show someone truly sees you, values you, and cares for you without being asked. She thought about Ahmed, how he always noticed the little things, understood her emotions, and prioritized her even when life was busy. These weren't occasional acts. They were patterns. And it was in those patterns that she found the proof of real, lasting love. Love, she understood, is often subtle. It doesn't scream for attention, but it makes itself felt in ways that touch your heart deeply. It's in the way someone truly listens, the way they show up when it matters most, and the way they make you feel safe and cherished without needing to say a single word. And this is the lesson for all of us. Watch for the hidden signals. Notice the attention to detail, the emotional awareness, and the consistent prioritization that someone shows you. When these signals are present, you can be confident that this is genuine love, the kind that doesn't fade with time or circumstance. So, take a moment today to reflect on the people in your life. Recognize the quiet acts of love around you. Appreciate them. And never mistake empty words for real, heartfelt commitment. Because when you understand these hidden signals, you will see love in its truest form, and you will know exactly who deserves your heart. Remember, love is not just said, it is felt, shown, and lived every single day. Pay attention, value the moments, and never settle for anything less than the love that truly matters. As Aisha reflected on her journey, she realized that understanding love wasn't about hearing words or waiting for someone to tell you how they feel. It was about recognizing the quiet, consistent actions that speak louder than anything ever said. She thought about Ahmed, how he noticed the little things, understood her without explanations, and prioritized her when it mattered most. These were not isolated moments, but a consistent pattern of care, and in that consistency, she saw the true depth of his love. And this is where the lesson becomes universal. True love doesn't need to announce itself. It shows up quietly, patiently, and sincerely. It's present in gestures, in attentiveness, and in commitment. It's the hidden signals that tell you someone genuinely cares. 1. They notice the small things, the details others might overlook. 2. They understand your emotions, even the ones you don't voice. 3. They prioritize you, showing up when it matters, even if it's inconvenient. If you can identify these patterns in your own relationships, you will know the love you are experiencing is real. And if you see these qualities in someone, hold on to them, because actions, not words, are the true measure of love. So, take a moment today to observe the people in your life. Notice their actions, appreciate their presence. And remember, the most meaningful love is often the quietest. It doesn't demand attention, but it leaves a mark that lasts a lifetime. If this story resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Like, comment, and subscribe for more insights into understanding love, relationships, and the hidden signals that show who truly values your heart. Because learning to recognize these signs can change the way you see love forever and guide you toward the relationships you truly deserve. As Aisha's journey comes to a close, she finally understood the true meaning of love. It isn't always in the words someone says. It isn't always in grand gestures or dramatic confessions. True love is quiet, consistent, and sincere. It's in the little things, noticing what others overlook. It's in understanding your emotions without needing an explanation. It's in showing up when it matters most, prioritizing you even when it's inconvenient. These are the hidden signals that reveal genuine genuine love. Love that lasts, love that grows, love that never fades. Aisha realized that waiting for words alone can leave you searching in the wrong places. But when you pay attention to actions, patterns, and care, the truth becomes clear. Love is not just something said, it's something felt, experienced, and lived every day. So today, I want you to reflect on your own life. Look for the quiet gestures, the consistent support, and the deep understanding someone shows you. Those are the people whose love is real, the people who truly deserve a place in your heart. Remember, the strongest love doesn't need to be announced. It doesn't demand attention. It's felt in the moments that matter, in the care that goes unnoticed by the world, and in the commitment that speaks louder than words ever could. If this story touched your heart, take a moment to appreciate the love around you. And if you know someone who needs to hear this truth, share it with them, because recognizing these hidden signals can change the way we understand love and help us never settle for anything less than the love we truly deserve. Your heart is worth it, your time is worth it, and the right love, the kind that shows up quietly but fully, is always worth recognizing.